There is divine presence within everyone, ever intent on allowing you to move away from negative wanderings in the world and turn towards God. Compassion will not allow you to have demoniac qualities. If you have developed compassion, demons are not allowed. All these slokas, they provide you with basis for upasana. And upasana is an artistic work. It's not pure mathematics. It's divine art. And that art has to come from your heart. As you are leading yourself to be awakened state, which is liberation, your mind goes on developing a changed attitude to yourself, to the world, and towards your daily experiences. And that takes a progressive movement. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namah. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namah. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namah. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namah. Om Dum Durgayai Namah. Om Dum Durgayai Namah. Om Sarvamangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Om Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namah. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namah. Om Kalabhrabham Katakshe Arikula Bhayadam Malubadhendurverekham Shankham Chakram Kripanam Tishikamapi Karairudbahantim Trinetram Singhaskandadirudham Tribhuvanamakilam Tejasapure Dhyaye Durga Jayakyam Tridasha Parivritam Sevitam Siddhikamai. One who is desirous of attaining Siddhi, Siddhi here refers to the highest goal, Mukti, should meditate upon the Devi who is worshipped for attaining Siddhi in one's sadhana. She is surrounded by gods. She is Durga Devi, known as Jaya. Remember, Devi is always all together. You may worship one aspect of the Devi, but never forget Devi is all together. So, while worshipping Durga Devi, the stotra may refer to Parvati Devi, Saraswati Devi, all other Devi, they are all together. So, she is Durga Devi, known as Jaya. Jaya refers to victory. Victory in all aspects. The two aspects of victory. In the world of karma, if you move towards punya karma, good karmas, then you have a victory. You go from success to success. But even if you became Brahma, yet it is not the absolute success. That's another angle. So therefore, our highest victory is Vijaya, which is attaining liberation. But move after victory, don't stay defeated. That's the basic point. Be good, be gooder, the goodest. I'm not changing the grammar. Her limbs shine with the splendor of dark cloud. When does the dark cloud shine? The two ways it shines. The sun behind it, and suddenly a little hole develops in the dark cloud and the whole cloud begins to shimmer. And a special effect is generated in the cloud. Another dark cloud suddenly brings out lightning flashes. So Devi's dark cloud has both aspects. What's known as the Ritambhara Prajna. As mind goes on developing profound impressions based on practice of samadhi, practice of profound mental purity, peace. When that stage develops, there are flashes of intuitive vision described in an allegorical way, Ritambhara Prajna. The cloud of virtue gathers in your unconscious. And from the cloud of that virtue, flashes of light, truth, Rita, that's called truth. When we say Satyam, it is brought into mental concept. So your Satyam may not be my Satyam. But Rita term is beyond concepts. Therefore, the word Arya was used, came from Rita. So that's the meaning behind shine, the splendor of a dark cloud. And there is another message behind it. Since that Devi is your source, and she is with you, what does your mind do? It shouldn't stay like a monkey. It should become a peacock. Cloud has gathered. Grace is descending. Let your mind now spread out its feathers and dance. All these slokas, they provide you with basis for upasana. And upasana is an artistic work. It's not pure mathematics. It's divine art. And that art has to come from your heart. So no one can exactly give you the procedure and the exact description how you should meditate. It must come from your heart. She strikes fear in the enemies by her kataksha. That's a word, Sanskrit word, kataksha. Aksha is eyes. And your eyes may express different feelings and can work wonders. Figure out, all in your family. Many times, big things you have, big troubles you have avoided because your mother looked like that. Kataksha. Didn't say anything. Seems the eyes. Giving you more interesting points about it. Sudhaksha. In an atmosphere you are bringing out, oozing out tender feelings towards others. And they all become joyous looking at you. And it's called Sudhaksha, Amritaksha. Nectar is radiating through your eyes. Madhuraksha. When you find a baby in your arms, you can't use kataksha. you is Madhuraksh. All the sweetness you have, summon up and let it ooze through your eyes. Madhya Saksha. Gentle smile coming through your lips, but before it comes, it starts coming through your eyes. These laughing eyes, smiling eyes. And Kripa Kataksha. Type of vision proceeding from the mother, the eyes of the mother shining over you. And from her eyes are coming shower of grace. So that was the Kataksha of the Devi. But she strikes fear, these same eyes that express all these I have described. But towards the enemies, towards the malas, gross impurities or subtle impurities, her eyes play the part of Kataksha. How does that work? In a very practical way. You are going into, your mind is drawing you into some negative type of association. An illusion has built up in your mind. Now the Devi's eyes will work in such a way that suddenly your delusion will be broken. It may bring a little hit in your toes or jerk in your arms. It will shake you up a little, but it is grace operating. And just for an extension, because I'm adding many things to spice up the program. I gave certain Vijaksharas. Rat. Rat means ratan. Doing japa, bhajan, kirtan, all comes under the term rat, ratana, rat. It's the work of your tongue. If you continue doing that, you come to a state at navel center, you come to a state of called dat. Firmness develops within you. Now at this stage of firmness, Devi's Kataksha works. Cut. The negative troubles that were so powerful, now you see them being cut down. They are not so powerful. So, rat, dat, cut. Dat cut is in one center. Now come to the third center, your heart. Here you experience heart. All the negative is simply just like clouds are being scattered by the wind there, and simply enjoy seeing them running away. So it's a stage of watching with wonder, and that's heart. The climax is fat. Veil breaks completely. The fat stage is waiting now. This is Lakshmi state, hot state. She is decked with a crescent moon on her forehead. That I have explained to you. The moon that keeps the soul in a state of uncertainty, waxing, waning moon. Keep the soul a kind of a lunatic, controlled by the moon. But now that moon is absolutely under control. Moon has come to the state of serenity, shama, or the state of manonash, mind that will not be shaken by the world. It will shake, but its vision for or its goal before it remains constantly firm. She holds conch, discus, sword, and trident in her hands. These points I have explained to you before. She has 3 eyes, and she rides on the shoulders of a lion. Lion is that virya, strength rising out of faith. The 3 worlds are filled with her effulgence. 3 worlds, people always think of in a very astronomical way, but 3 worlds relate to your practical experience in the material world, your experience based on your feeling, an experience based on your understanding. There are 3 levels within. All the 3 worlds now have an impact if you are invoking the Devi, moving towards the Devi, developing love of the Devi. Then all the 3 begin to shake and shiver and change. So, as you have heard from the storyline, Mahishasur, Mahish that turns the mind into mind being buffalo-headed mind, narrow-mindedness. This is the mind of most degraded people, mind of terrorists. That buffalo type of movement was destroyed by Maa Lakshmi. And how was it destroyed? We have all setting of satsanga, how all gods came together and radiation coming from all gods, radiance, created a divine Lakshmi. And they are different gods offered gifts. Lord Vishnu, even his conch became generous. From the conch arose a conch, came to the Devi's hand. From the trident of Shiva, another trident emerged. From Indra came Vajra. Even his elephant became generous, gave the bell. You understand? This is an allegorical way of saying all the potential spiritual resources that are there in everyone, in satsanga, they are awakened. How much, that will depend, but they are awakened. And that Lakshmi Devi becomes that a special expression of divine presence. Divine presence is everywhere, but in satsanga level, that presence becomes exceedingly powerful, dynamic, and it cannot be described. Now gods, after they have attained victory, the Devi has destroyed Mahishasur. Gods now rejoice the presence of the Devi and offer adorations to her. And that's the basic topic of tonight, called Narayani Stuti. God, Lakshmi, Narayani, Vishnu's consort. And the gods are now offering their adorations to Lakshmi Devi. I will give you the highlights from their adorations. Ya Shri Swayam Sukritinam Bhavaneshu Alakshmi Papatmanam Kritadhiyam Hridayeshu Buddhi Shraddha Satam Kulajana Prabhavasya Lajja Tam Tvam Natahasma Paripalaya Devi Vishwam. In these stotras, Vishwam is used. Every prayer they are saying for the whole world. Sarve bhavantu sukhina. That's advanced state of prayer. When you pray and your prayer is really mature, then it goes, may all be, whatever I am asking God, may all attain it. Because if any single, out of all, even a single person or a jiva that has not attained it, will take away all your attainment. You have some challenges still left. Simple way of saying, if you wake up, do not take anything from the dream world. Dream must completely vanish. So if you want to wake up, your vision goes, the entire dream is myself. All of you come together. I unfold you. She abides as Lakshmi in the homes of the virtuous. Goddess is described as cosmic source of blessings. And that source of blessings blossoms in the homes of virtuous. But those who are not virtuous, they are contrary to virtue, demoniac. In their house, the same Devi exists as poverty. Not a spiritual poverty, here is real poverty. Poverty means you are not aware of your resources. Any state of uncertainty, any state of grief, misery, and diffidence is coming from the same source that could have given you the joy that you have the divine support. And now it shuts you out of that divine support. For very simple understanding, same energy that comes and keeps your whole house operating in a very nice way, and now comes in a short-circuited way and can be very risky. But who is to be praised or to be blamed? You dare not blame. But source is that goddess, the cosmic source. If negative has developed, you are to be blamed. The cosmic source is absolutely positive. So it's a matter of your mind. If you allow your mind to move in a negative way, the same source works in a negative way. Simple moral is, even when you see negative personalities doing amazingly dangerous things, on one side you may see bitterness and ugliness. On the other side, you must understand, look at the immense power that they are expressing, coming from divine source. Put it in still another way. When you deal with negative personalities, be inspired to see how these negative personalities are practicing dat. If they practice dat, firmness, I should also practice firmness. The negative in you becomes a kind of a teacher. Figure that out, that attitude. As buddhi in the heart of the pure-hearted, as bhavana begins to purify it, your insight, your clarity of understanding waxes, increases more and more. That's what buddhi within you begins to shine. And as it shines, vivek emerges, discriminative intellect. And it's the viveka buddhi that leads you to enlightenment. As Shraddha, same Devi expresses in the form of strength of faith in saintly personalities. As Lajja in the good families. Lajja term depends upon the context. Here in this context it's very positive meaning. A type of modesty that is expressed in your life, which inspires others to be humble, gracious. All these are expressions of Goddess Maa Lakshmi. May her grace bring peace and harmony in the world. The 9th verse. Ya mukti hetura vichintya mahavratatvam madhyasya se sunyate indriya tattva sarai, and so forth. The meaning I will go into. Devi is the means to moksha, implying if your mind has focused on the divinity in the form of Devi, with all these attributes that we have described, and it allows you to develop pure feeling. All that happens because of the gracious presence of the Devi, speaking in allegorical language. The Devi is the means to moksha. Lakshmi is the giver of prosperity and liberation. The embodiment of indescribable Mahavrata. Everyone wants to be prosperous. And what makes you prosperous? Your sankalpa, will. If you want to be successful in your business, you must be strong in your will. Want to be successful in whatever job you do, sankalpa must be strong. But all sankalpas ultimately lead to, or they are nothing unless you have developed. The climax of all sankalpas is Mahavrata. It's another way of saying it is Sat Sankalpa. Sat Sankalpa, the will to attain liberation. And that's where Goddess leads you on. Not ordinary will just to attain prosperity in the world or to attain heavenly enjoyment, but will to become liberated. Who is worshipped by sages who are devoid of all impurities. Impurities, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. Kama, perverted desires, krodha, anger, lobha, greed, moha, delusion, mada, pride, matsarya, jealousy. All these are the highlights of impurities. And Lakshmi Devi allows you, she is the controller of the senses. Therefore, you are able to, as you become internally enriched, real wealth comes, divine. Then you begin to develop three great blessings: Dhamma, Dana, Daya. Dhamma, controlling the mind and senses. Dana, developing a charitable heart. Daya, developing compassion. Compassion will not allow you to have demoniac qualities. If you have developed compassion, demons are not allowed. And if you have developed dhan, you are opening a channel to go beyond limitations of the world. And dhamma, when you have controlled the mind and senses, now you become the absolute. Soham hamsa. Those for whom tattva jnana is the highest purpose, who aspire for attaining liberation, they take recourse to the practice of adoring you, Maa Lakshmi, developing Devi Sampat. 11th verse. O Devi, you are the Medha Shakti by which one gains the knowledge of the essence of the scriptures as you become enriched. Everybody wants to be rich. But when you come to this type of rich enrichment, which is real enrichment, all the wealth you may gain in the practical world, but when you kick the bucket, you can't take anything. You don't have any bucket. You come again empty with another embodiment. Again you generate lots of wealth. And that has gone on. I will not go into details. But what you learn at your heart level, how much you have controlled your mind, how much you have enjoyed magnanimity of your heart, how much you have enjoyed the sweetness of compassion. All these impressions will not be kicked out. They move, take you to another embodiment, and your soul instinctively tries to enhance it. What was not possible in the previous, now you are going to go further. You read the stories of great sages. Buddha himself speaks of tales, Jataka tales, how he came to that level through many embodiments, but in each embodiment a certain great quality was highlighted which he learned. And that went on increasing. So spiritual enrichment will lead you to liberation. That's the ideal, liberation in this very life. But if there is any restriction, you are never a loser. That wealth you will not leave behind. It will always be with you. And its interest goes on growing. And capital as well. You are Durga Devi. You are like the boat to take one across the ocean of the world process. Inaccessible ocean. The word Durgam refers to inaccessible. Things that are not beyond your imagination. The idea of liberation is beyond human mind. And yet, by loving Goddess, moving on the path that enters your heart, and you don't think of the impossibility. She makes it possible. Nothing is difficult once you are being led by divine within yourself. Led by ego, that is always some restrictions, some exception to the rule. You are ever detached. The sun is ever detached, and yet goes on allowing all types of living beings flourish on this earth. I'm giving an allegorical way to understand. God is detached. The sky is always detached. But all things that happen, they happen in the sky. So, that's the goal of life. Come to that attainment. Union with Goddess. Union with God. God realization. Goddess realization. Self-realization. They are one and the same attainment. In that realization, you discover your absolute consciousness. Not consciousness of this, consciousness of that, consciousness. Your pure consciousness. Absolute. Completely untouched. Just like you wake up and your waking consciousness is untouched by all your dream. Similarly, you are always untouched by the world. And you have always a little bit of that drop of that experience when you sleep. No matter how things have been in deep sleep, all have become resolved. You are Goddess Lakshmi, abiding in the heart of Lord Vishnu, the destroyer of demon Kaitava. That story we have given to you in Durga stage, first 3 nights, Madhu and Kaitava. They act like muck in your ears. Raga, dvesha, attachment and hatred. And that doesn't allow a person to think rightly, to hear rightly. So many prayers are done in temples and stotras and all that. Giving very crudely, but people are just waiting. When is the prasad coming? All these palavras, where will they end? You are Gauri Devi, adored by Lord Shiva, who has crescent moon on his head. Every deity is adored by another deity, and in other contexts, it is Devi who adores Shiva. In other contexts, Shiva adores the Devi. In another context, Rama adores Shiva. And the other way around, Shiva adores Rama. They shouldn't be confused. Whoever deity, whoever is your Ishta Devata, that Ishta Devata rises beyond all gods and goddesses. Implying they are all implied. Once you have turned your attention to your Ishta Devata means if you have turned your attention to the sun, then all types of sunrise are included in it. The rising sun in Alaska, the rising sun in Switzerland, the rising sun of New Zealand, millions of suns are there. Adorable they are, but they all adore the big sun. Come to that understanding, that's a mature understanding. Otherwise, people go on confused. I have done 6 months for Lakshmi Devi, and now I have a time to study in university. So I must go to Saraswati Devi. In other words, be careful, let not Lakshmi Devi know about it. O Mother Durga, you remove fear from the heart of those who remember you, who invoke your protection and support. Those who remember you with a healthy mind. You endow them with the buddhi. Buddhi is your intellect, your understanding. That is supremely auspicious. Who is there other than you? Who is there ever intent upon removing misery, poverty and fear? In other words, there is divine presence within everyone, ever intent on allowing you to move away from negative wanderings in the world and turn towards God. Satchidananda, that's the instinctive urge in every individual. And that Satchidananda is the Devi. That Satchidananda is Krishna, Rama, whomsoever. But Devi in this context represents that Satchidananda. How do you know that? Everyone wants to exist. Everyone wants to know more and more. Everyone wants to be happy. But where can you have all these type of fulfillment in a perfect way? Only by realizing who am I. If you go on looking for fulfillment of these urges all over the universe, what you have done, you have forgotten your own self. Because in reality, you love yourself. Why are you looking for this? So that you are fulfilled. But why have you forgotten yourself? So, if your spiritual movement goes towards understanding who am I, now you have these three are being fulfilled. You come to realize you are absolute Sat, because you are not the body. It is a body-based, mind-based concept of yourself that is mortal. And you don't have to know anything. There is nothing to know. You are all light. Light has no problem. Where is darkness? And if that is so, you are atank-free. All miseries are out of you. Therefore, you are full of bliss. Satchidananda is your essential nature. And the Devi grants it. God grants it. Your spiritual success enables you to realize it. You have a melting heart filled with compassion. Sadartha chitta. God is to be viewed by your mind, and that is very little, because God is beyond your concept of gracious heartedness. No matter how you think, it cannot exactly match up. But no matter whichever it is, how limited, God must be viewed by you as source of compassion. Beginning with, like a divine mother. Ordinary mother gets very irritated and has lots of problems. But this mother has no problem. Her love is direct. Don't misunderstand. I'm not. Put it another way, no matter who is your father or mother, recognize it is the Divine Mother who is making them so tender and joyous. Whatever you are receiving is coming from her. Shulena pahi no Devi, pahi khadgena ambike, ghanta swanena naha pahi, chapash pajyani swanena cha, प्राच्याम रक्षा प्रतीच्याम च चंडिके रक्ष दक्षिणे Brahmanenaatmashulasya uttarasyam tatheshwari. It's all poetic way of, O Devi, protect us by your shul. Shul is spear. By giving insight. Insightful mind means you have a shul. So illusion comes, you poke it. By your sword. Sword again is Vivek Buddhi, that chops off negative forces. By the sound of your bell, allowing the mind to become alert to higher reality. The bell rings. By the twanging of your bow, and the bow is your whole mind set, and you shake up the whole mind, twang it up. Shake off illusion. That's what the puppies do. See there, too much water, shake them. That happens automatically. When sattva enters and you develop a certain enthusiasm, the whole mind begins to reverberate with it. These moments come if you are doing sadhana. O Chandika, the word Chandika will be explained to be another story. Protect us by waving your trident in all directions. East, west, south, north. No matter whichever way you are moving, your path, your life is flowing. Clear up the illusions. In other words, let me move towards enlightenment. And moving to enlightenment is a work of trident with easy understanding. In dream, you are overcast by three illusions: seer, seen and sight. Dream subject not real, dream world is not real, experiences are not real. These three are to be moved away by the three prongs of the Devi and the three prongs of the Trishul of Lord Shiva. And as you wake up, that happens without seeing the Trishul coming and big fight occurring. But these three operate. You realize when you wake up that all the three were only one. Your own consciousness was the subject, the world. Similarly, the real I am is only one, surprisingly. There are countless waves, but the real identity behind all waves is one ocean, only one. If you are very clever, you will say, no, there are many oceans. But I'm not encouraging that cleverness. So that's what the meaning of the Trishul, trident. And that trident works in degrees as you are leading yourself to the awakened state, which is liberation. Your mind goes on developing a changed attitude to yourself, to the world, and towards your daily experiences. And that takes a progressive movement. In saying here, it took me only one sentence. Doing it takes its own course. O Devi, protect us by your countless forms, gentle and terrible. Gentle needed, terrible needed for removing obstacles. And gods offered their prayers that may we all have your darshan whenever we invoke you, opening the door for future. So far, Vasana Kshaya has been accomplished. The first stage, Manonash, Vasana Kshaya. And Vasana Kshaya means you have developed Shubha Vasana, pure, subtle impressions, which means you have developed all divine qualities known as Daivi Sampat, humility, non-violence, compassion, forbearance, charity, and so forth, all virtuous qualities. And with this, we will be concluding. Om Shrim Maa Lakshmi Namah. Om Shrim Maa Lakshmi Namah. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Aim Saraswatyai Namah. Shri Guruve Namah. Om Sarmangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Archana of the Devi. Om Prakrityai Namah, Vikrityai Namah, Vidyayai Namah, Sarvabhutita Pradayai Namah, Shraddhayai Vibhutyai Namah, Suramyai Namah, Paramatmikayai Vachai Namah, Padmalayai Padmayai Namah, Shuchayai Namah, Swahayai Namah, Swadhayai Namah, Sudhayai Namah, Dhanyayai Namah, Hiranamayai Namah, Lakshmiyai Namah, Nityapushtayai Namah, Bhavaryai Namah, Adityai Namah, Dityai Namah, Deeptayai Namah, Vasudhayai Vasudharinyai Namah, Kamalayai Namah, Kantayai Namah, Kamakshai Namah, Krodhasambhavayai Namah, Nugrahaparayai Namah, Buddhyai Namah, Nagayai Namah, Harivallabhayai Namah. Om Shri Maa Lakshmi Namah. Arati of the Devi. Om Jai Jai Arati Vigna Vinayak. Vigna Vinayak Shri Ganesha. Jai Jai Arati Subramanya. Subramanya Kartikeya. Jai Jai Arati Venugopala. Venugopala Venulola. Papa Vidura Navnita Chora. Jai Jai Arati Venkataramana. Venkataramana Sankataharana Sitarama Radheshyama. Jai Jai Arati Gauri Manohar. Gauri Manohar Bhavani Shankara Samba Sadashiva Uma Maheshwara. Jai Jai Arati Raja Rajeshwari. Raja Rajeshwari Tripura Sundari Mahakali Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahashakti. Jai Jai Arati Anjaneya. Anjaneya Hanumanta. Jai Jai Arati Dattatreya. Dattatreya Trimurti Avatara. Jai Jai Arati Shanaishwaraya. Shanaishwaraya Bhaskaraya. Jai Jai Arati Sadgurunatha. Sadgurunatha Shivananda. Jai Jai Arati Venugopala. Om na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kuto yamagni tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarmidam vibhati. Om Shri Maa Lakshmi Namah. Hari Om.